Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel where skincare is all about progression over perfection because perfection doesn't exist. Excuse me, my sensible knitwear. I didn't think it looked so sensible on camera. Welcome to another ugly news. This is where I take short stories from my When Beauty Turns Ugly series and compile them into one kind of like news outlet. Let's start off with story number one. A mum has been accused of traumatizing her 12-year-old daughter with a beauty routine. Now, when I first saw this, I was like, what did she do? Did she like give her an extensive skincare routine that was like too militant every night? Not quite, no. So a woman has revealed how she was shamed by her family for taking a 12-year-old daughter to a waxing session after she found out she was being bullied at school. She explained that her daughter Lily is not her real name, but she explained that she has always had quite pronounced facial hair. You know, you grow that like little moustache and sometimes down here. And up until she was about 10 years old, she didn't care, completely unfazed. But then suddenly children started to make fun of her at school and started bullying her for her facial hair, basically saying that she was a man trapped inside a little girl's body. Kids are the worst. Kids are so fucking cruel. Like, they say any old shit and get away with it. She told her mum that she was desperate to have this facial hair removed because of the bullying, and her mum was like, absolutely yes, let's start waxing it. So she booked her in for a waxing appointment. In my opinion, waxing is probably the better option than shaving, because although your hairs don't come back thicker when you shave, they look thicker because of the blunt edge that shaving gives your hair. So when you wax, it takes it from the root of the hair and takes it right out, so it grows back thinner. It all went really well, and Lily was really happy with the results. The bullying pretty much stopped, it subsided, but a few weeks later, the mum happened to mention this whole waxing fiasco to her sister-in-law, who became furious. The mum says, speaking to Kids Spot, rather than being supportive, she totally shamed me. She was like, why on earth would you take a 12-year-old to go and get waxed? Even though she had just told her the story of this whole bullying. She said the sister-in-law was so worked up, she was like yelling at her about this whole waxing appointment. And she was angry for a few reasons. She was like, first of all, she's 12, there should be age restrictions on who can go and get waxed, right? And then she was also like, you're sending the wrong message to your daughter, saying that she was encouraging these unfair beauty standards that she claimed to be super against. She wasn't going to allow her daughter to be raised with those really horrible beauty standards. And the mum was saying that this got really under her skin because she was like, did I do the right thing? Was what I did the right choice? And she says, you know, her daughter's so much happier. She has so much more confidence now. But because of the sister-in-law's reaction, she just doesn't know if what she did was the right thing and sent the right message. It's a tough one because, I mean, it stopped the bullying. And yes, that bullying shouldn't have happened in the first place, but you can't just erase decades of beauty standards and things by going like, I'm not going to accept those beauty standards. You know, say that to the bullies and they're going to carry on bullying you. But I don't know, I really do think it's a tough one, because do you just say to your daughter, no, you're beautiful as you are, like, you know, go to school, do whatever, when eventually she's going to want to wax it off anyway when she reaches her teens, when she's an adult, if that's what she wants to do. If the daughter has come to you and said, I want all this facial hair gone, I think you just do it, right? I don't know. Like, after a good chat and being, you know, like, are you comfortable with who you are? Like, does this bother you unless you be, I don't know. I'm not going to be parent. I'm not going to do it. I can't. If you are a parent, let me know what you would do in the comments down below. Even if you're not a parent, let me know what you think is the right thing to do. I'm not going to judge anyone's parenting. The girl's happy. Now, here's one thing that I didn't expect, but Gwyneth Paltrow has made her luxurious clean beauty line Goop more accessible by entering the mass market beauty and wellness sector, meaning basically she's launched a whole range of cheaper products. Here is one thing that has always bothered me about this whole clean beauty thing. It's very much white, first of all. When you look at all the founders, it's very much like white, rich, privileged people who make these unaffordable, inaccessible, clean products that you can't buy unless, you know, your yearly income is like 8 figures. And it sends a message that you can only afford good, safe skincare if you can afford to spend £100 on a moisturizer, for example, when we all know things you can buy down at CVS or Boots, perfectly safe and sometimes often better. And even with my pure hatred for Gwyneth Paltrow's Goop line and everything that brand stands for. I'm actually really happy to see that she'll be marking more affordable, accessible products for those who do want clean beauty at an affordable price, even though clean beauty is bullshit. This brand is called Good Clean Goop, and it's available at Target, in Target, Target.com, and also Amazon. So I put my laptop on like a reader thing, but it's really high, so if it looks like I'm looking at the sky, I'm just reading the quotes. Gwyneth Paltrow says, "We're thrilled to be able to launch a new brand, Good Clean Goop, that meets our strict clean standards at an accessible price point. Good Clean Goop takes an innovative approach to classic skincare, leaning into clean hero ingredients that really work." She says, "I'm excited for more people who are curious about clean beauty or who simply appreciate a quality cream or a hard-working cleanser to be able to try our new line of essentials," said Paltrow to Women's Wear Daily. So the products range between about $20 to $40. I believe the most expensive thing being a serum, which is still really expensive considering we have like The Ordinary, The Inkey List, A Revolution, Elf, for example, whose products are so cost effective. To still charge £40 for a serum and say that that's affordable, I don't think so. And each product is kind of split up into 3 categories. So you have the clinical, the botanical, and the superfood. The clinical is based on clinical performance. The botanicals are formulated with plant-based ingredients, and the superfood ingredients are food-derived, which makes you feel a little bit sick. And whilst the clean claims are absolute bullshit, the products actually look pretty decent. I mean, I wouldn't say they're special in any way, but surprising for like a clean brand to have effective preservatives in them and really interesting natural science-led ingredients, and also some man-made ingredients as well. They have a 10% glycolic acid toner, a jelly cleanser, and that healthy aging serum. I actually quite like that term, not well aging or anti-aging. Healthy aging is actually quite nice. Thanks, Gwyneth. You'll notice that Goop is one of those kind of brands who think that natural fragrance is somehow better and less harmful for easily irritated skin than synthetic ingredients, but it isn't. So whilst they do say that their products are safe and not irritating for skin and synthetic fragrance free, do take note that they do contain often essential oils and natural fragrance that can really irritate your skin if that's something that your skin is prone to. But overall, the products look decent, I'm not gonna lie. Half tempted to buy some and give them a go and let you know my honest opinion. I found this really interesting. There's something called Clearforms. Does it look like I'm looking up less if I do this? No. Clearforms top 10 trending skincare ingredient by region. They've done the US, Europe, and East Asia. And honestly, not Clearform, Clear For Me. So Clear For Me is one of those ingredient checking websites. I believe it's behind a paywall, so I couldn't really check to see if it's more EWG Think Dirty or more Inky Coda, which is more science-backed. But their platform is partnered with over 400 beauty brands, including Rhode, Ulta, and Olaplex, and they've just onboarded Amazon. So I am guessing it's more science-led. So they've been tracking the fastest growing skincare ingredients by consumer inquiries across different markets, making these results a reflection of what people are searching for in their cosmetics per region when it comes to their product purchases and future purchases. Now, I'm half not surprised, but also kind of surprised. So some of the top ingredients in the US, number 1 was almond oil, 2 aloe vera, 3 avocado oil, 4 cocoa butter, 5 essential oils, 6 lavender, 7 olive oil, 8 shea butter, 9 vitamin C, and 10 vitamin E, which kind of doesn't surprise me, bearing in mind the majority of the US beauty, skincare, even industry is, the vast majority of it is natural, clean. You know, the US is home of the clean beauty movement, you know, green juice and beauty MLMs. So it doesn't really surprise me that those are the kind of ingredients that people are looking for. But it could possibly also be that it's a melting pot of like culture. Europe is honestly a little bit more promising, with the most popular result being AHA, BHA, the second being caffeine, 3 ceramides, 4 hyaluronic acid, 5 kojic acid, 6 peptides, 7 retinol, 8 salicylic acid, 9 tocopherol, and 10 vitamin C ester. I'm super proud of Europe. Well done, guys. Now, again, this isn't surprising, really, bearing in mind Europe most of us use French Pharmacy, or have always had access to French Pharmacy skincare. We've grown up with a lot of science-led brands and clean and clear. Now, East Asia, number 1 is bamboo extract, 2 birch juice, 3 Centella asiatica, 4 ginseng, 5 mugwort extract, 6 propolis, 7 is snail mucin extract, 8 tremella mushroom, 9 white truffle extract, and 10 user. Again, that doesn't surprise me. It's that almost kind of like home natural remedies that is actually backed up with scientific skincare benefits. All those kind of trending ingredients that we eventually see here as well. You know, natural ingredients that isn't just selling snake oil. So I thought that was really interesting. Let me know what you think some of the reasons why these results are the results they are. But yeah, I think those are the reasons. Partly. Oh my god, I have some bad news. Dolly Parton. We trusted her. We all trusted her. She ended COVID. But she has let us down. She has let us down. She has let us down. And Dolly Parton has confessed to breaking one of the biggest beauty rules of all time ever. Writing in her new book, Behind the Seams, My Life in Rhinestones, Dolly Parton admitted to never taking off her makeup. She's always fully done up, even at home when there's no one around, and that includes sleeping in her makeup. She has been doing this, according to the Metro, since the 1980s. And she could do what she wants. Dolly Parton, do what you want. Let me look up here. She writes, when I arrived in LA in the 80s, I started sleeping it with my makeup on, partly because of the earthquakes, writes the star. I thought, I'm not heading out on the streets without makeup in case there are cameras out there. I'm going to be ready to go. And loads of people like Dolly, and then other people like, this is a comment on society and misogyny when it comes to like celebrities, and I kind of agree, but I also think it's just Dolly Parton. Like, she's always glammed up to the nines. She's said before that she enjoys it, she loves it. It's a huge part of who she is, and taking ownership of who she is and how she's perceived to people. I found that really interesting. It's also cute. Do what you want, Dolly Parton. This is the weirdest thing. The weirdest thing next. There is like a national panic around glitter. German glitter sales boom for some reason as the EU ban looms. Now, Global Cosmetic News report. So German shoppers have been stockpiling on glitter as the EU gets a bit more serious about its microplastic bans, and loose glitter is no longer going to be sold in the European Union from October the 15th. Again, in a wider effort to reduce the release of microbeads and microplastics into the environment. Great, love it. Fucking hate glitter. Don't care for it. It gets everywhere. Now, The Guardian actually reports... This is so stupid. The Guardian actually reports that German celebrities and influencers are behind the sales surge of loose glitter, with one ex-Big Brother contestant buying 82 bags of glitter. Sam Dillon, who starred in Germany's celebrity version of Big Brother, told the tabloid that he'd gone on a shopping spree to find as much glitter powder as he could, ending up with 82 packets which he bought for €180, roughly £155. He said he heard about the ban during a TV recording in which we were using glitter. He said, I am truly shocked by it. In my world, everything has to glitter. Grow up. Luca Valentino of Looking for a Superstar, a spin-off of UK's Pop Idol, accused the EU of taking away the last sparks of glamour, adding that he used 3 jars of glitter a year, as my life is very colourful. Again, this is happening because the European Commission is cracking down on microplastics, mainly as water pollutants. So this ban covers plastic particles which are smaller than 5mm and don't dissolve. Like, fine, who cares? There's got to be an alternative. Someone will be making an alternative. Don't you worry, your life isn't going to end because you can't use the most annoying material in the world, glitter. It's fucking annoying. It's so annoying. And finally, Global Cosmetics News asks, is Dr. Barbara Stern's brand up for sale? And I answer, who gives a fuck? The brand is a load of shit anyway. So there we go. There we have ugly news. Let me know your opinion on any of these stories in the comments down below. And you can watch the whole When Beauty Turns Ugly playlist here, some general light entertainment here, and I'll see you over there.